Donald Trump just got some pretty bad news from someone that he's always wanted to be friends with. He's always wanted to be buddies with, and that's Joe Rogan, because recently on his very popular podcast, he actually praised Kamala Harris, her campaign, and her debate performance, and slammed Donald Trump, his campaign, and his debate performance. This is not something that we've seen from Joe Rogan in recent years. Normally, he's very critical of Democratic candidates and has some praise for Republican candidates. So this is certainly not what Donald Trump wanted to see today. So I'm going to play this clip for you from his podcast. We'll talk about it a little bit, but let's just dive right in. So this is the clip from Joe Rogan's podcast. He had comedian Joe Segura on with him for the episode, and let's just take a look at what Joe Rogan had to say here.
Let me tell you, before I say anything, I just want to say, whoever's helping her, whoever's coaching her, whoever's the puppet master running the strings, you did a fucking amazing job.
She did a great job.
They did an amazing job from the moment Biden drops out, forcing Biden to drop out. Right, whatever they're doing, whoever's writing those speeches, getting her to deliver them, coaching her, she's nailing it. She nailed that one speech. She's like, "Say it to my face."
Oh, yeah,
everybody's cheering.
Yeah, she nailed it, dude.
And then last night, to me, when I was like, "Oh my God, this is jujitsu," where she's like, "If you go to his rallies, his crowds are boring. They're tired. They all leave her. My crowds are the best crowds. I have the number one crowd." He couldn't help himself.
And she got him. She baited him on that. She walked him right into it.
100%. 100%. See the difference.
Yeah, so let's just pause right there. So as you can see, it's almost like a little difficult for Joe Rogan to praise Kamala Harris. Like, he's talking very nicely about her, but he's saying, oh, it's a team behind her, it's all this stuff. And like, yeah, while she has a team, this is just who Kamala Harris is. You know what I mean? Like, all of these Republicans have been so distracted with their hate of President Biden in recent years that they haven't bothered to pay attention to the good things that they've been doing, that Biden has been doing, that Kamala Harris has been doing. And it's been blinding them to how terrible Donald Trump is. So now that Biden is out of the race and no longer the Democratic nominee for president, a lot of these people, I think Joe Rogan included in this, is like learning who Donald Trump is in real time and realizing that, wow, you know, this choice is just not that difficult. You have Kamala Harris, who is always prepared, regardless of if there's a team helping her or not. She's just someone who is prepared. She's good at what she does. And then you have Donald Trump, who's a bumbling, rambling fool. And the distinction couldn't be more clear. Like, I truly believe that Republicans and conservative-leaning people have just been so blinded by their hate of Joe Biden that they haven't even bothered to pay attention to the insanity that's coming from Donald Trump. And that's what the presidential debate did the other day. When you have a split screen of Kamala Harris, who's really competent, who knows what she's talking about, she's knowledgeable on the issues, and then on that same stage, you have Donald Trump, the felon, the sexual abuser, the business fraudster, who has no idea what's going on, has no idea about any policy. That creates quite that split screen that we just mentioned, one where you're like, wow, this person's really great, and this person's really not. So it seems like a lot of these Republicans are just learning who Donald Trump is in real time. And it's kind of fascinating to watch. And I think that's what we just kind of witnessed with Joe Rogan right there, saying, well, Kamala Harris is great. She's doing a great job. She's always done a great job. She's always done a great job. It's just now more people are paying attention. And I wish they would have been for quite some time now. But anyway, let's continue with this clip. There's more to hear from.
The difference in that debate was not a difference in like who's going to have better policies, who's going to be better for the country. The difference in the debate, in my opinion, was who was better prepared. She was way better prepared. And even when it came to answering tough questions, instead of answering, she would just say things that she believes. And they sounded real good.
Yeah, that's
the soundbite.
That's called being a savvy politician.
It's also called being someone who's working with a team versus someone who's like, they said Trump, that deal was the best deal. They've never seen a deal like this before. They said, how did you put that deal together?
People thought that was just brilliant. Yeah, I know. He was like,
he's not working with a team that's like, I mean, I know he's doing like mock debates. I know he did one with, I think he did one with Tulsi Gabbard, but someone needs to like tell him, like, you've got these tiny little windows and you should have all the words ready for those windows.
He started
there should be no repeating things.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, Joe Rogan is still kind of continuing with this, oh, she has a team behind her, and that's probably correct, right? That she probably does have a team that's helping her with the debate. We know that to be the case, that she had a team helping with her with the debate preparation. But at the end of the day, I want to reiterate that it's just who Kamala Harris is. Whether there was a team or not, she was always going to be ready. She was always going to get up on that debate stage and slam Donald Trump. And working with that team is part of being prepared. Think about it. That's what a president of the United States would do. They have a team behind them. They have people that they're working with. They have experts on certain areas, certain policy positions, things like that. And they have all these people surrounding them so that they are their best. So that they are proposing the best policy and they're doing the best thing for the United States. That's what having a team is. And that's what Kamala Harris did with this presidential debate. She has experts in debate, experts in rhetoric, experts in communication, helping her be the most fine-tuned as possible. And that's great. Having a leader who is prepared is great. And as Joe Rogan correctly pointed out, Donald Trump didn't do any of that. He had mock debates with Tulsi Gabbard. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This in and of itself is a reason to vote against Donald Trump and vote for Kamala Harris, because you have somebody who wants to prepare for these really big times, these really big events, somebody that wants to be prepared all the time. Then you have Donald Trump, who does nothing to be prepared. We had some reporting from his presidency that he wouldn't read his daily briefings, meaning that when it was time to make a crucial decision, he wouldn't have any idea what he's talking about. So, Joe Rogan he seems a little unwilling to give Kamala Harris the full praise that she deserves, but we'll take this. We'll take it. It's a good start. I'm not complaining. I'm just happy to see him speaking positively about Kamala Harris, whether he wants to attribute it to a team or to her. The operation is just running well, and even Joe Rogan is acknowledging that. It's nice to be on the same side as Joe Rogan for once in a while. He's often criticized Democrats. And, Donald Trump and Joe Rogan have this rocky history. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that if Donald Trump picks up wind of this story that we're talking about right now. Like, for example, in August 9th, 2024, Joe Rogan, in and around this date, praised RFK Jr. A little bit on his podcast. It wasn't like a full endorsement saying, I love him. It was just a little bit of praise. And Donald Trump, instead of just leaving it be, ignoring it, he decided to respond. He decided to bite. And he said on Truth Social, it will be interesting to see how loudly Joe Rogan gets booed the next time he enters the UFC ring, MAGA 2024. Donald Trump just can't contain himself. Joe Rogan, again, is typically a more conservative person. He praises Republicans and their policies decently often, right? Decently often. And instead of just being quiet, instead of just ignoring what RFK or what Joe Rogan said about RFK Jr., Trump has to bite. He has to bite every single time. He gets baited into making his life harder, making his campaign worse. He does it every single time. Now, this is not the only piece of bad news that Donald Trump got today that I want to share with you. I just want to share one more endorsement that Kamala Harris got just added to the list, which is Billie Eilish. I'm not sure if you folks have seen this video. It's great. Billie Eilish and Phineas, two superstars, music producers, writers, great people, came out and endorsed Kamala Harris today on National Voter Registration Day. So it's really just adding salt to the wound for Donald Trump. You have Joe Rogan, complimenting Kamala Harris, slamming him, and now Billie Eilish, somebody who has hundreds of millions of listeners, millions, tens of millions of followers across all platforms, endorsing Kamala Harris as well. Let's take a look at what these folks had to say.
Today is National Voter Registration Day, and we are asking you to please join us in going to iwillvote.com to check your status and vote early like we do.
We are voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy.
We can't let extremists control our lives, our freedoms, and our future. The only way to stop them and the dangerous Project 2025 agenda is to vote and elect Kamala Harris.
Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
Go to iwillvote.com and make a plan to vote early.
Love you guys.
Boom. Oh, boom. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. That's fantastic. What a terrible day for Donald Trump. What a terrible day. Joe Rogan slams him, says that Kamala Harris's debate performance was great, that she baited him a number of times, and superstar, amazing individual, Billie Eilish and Phineas as well, endorsing Kamala Harris on the same day. Are you kidding me? This is fantastic. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this stuff. I think it's so funny how Joe Rogan has actually slammed Donald Trump, kind of come out against him in a way, saying that Kamala Harris's campaign is doing great, Donald Trump not so much, because Donald Trump has tried to suck up to Joe Rogan before. He asked to be on his podcast and was denied. So the history between these two is funny. Donald Trump just constantly wanting to be friends with him, and Joe Rogan now being very vocal, like, Donald Trump is kind of crazy. He's not doing so well. He's not prepared for the presidential debate. And of course, Billie Eilish as well endorsing Kamala Harris on the same day. It doesn't get much better than this. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this stuff. I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It really, really helps. Also drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. I'm excited to hear from you. And as always, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.